Hi everyone, this is a ATL skill lesson on creating references and citations according to recognized conventions. These are your guided notes, so follow along with everything I'm saying. Sometimes I'll be directing you to complete these responses or to do other actions. All right, so what is an ATL skill? It stands for Approaches to Learning, and it's a skill that we want to master. And for this one, the ATL skill focus is creating references and citations, which is this word right up here, according to recognized conventions. Now, the purpose of this is to avoid plagiarism. And the definition of plagiarism is the practice of taking someone else's work and passing them off as one's own. Now, when we talk about recognized conventions, we're talking about MLA. MLA stands for Modern Language Association. This is a recognized convention or style of writing, formatting, and citing used in colleges. There are other styles such as APA, but IB schools like Monterey High use MLA. So why is it important to cite accurately? I'm going to give you 3 reasons why, and then you decide which one you think is the most important by highlighting it. First, to show you've done proper research by listing sources you use to obtain your information. This will strengthen your argument. Second, to be a responsible scholar by giving credit to other authors and acknowledging their ideas. And third, to avoid plagiarism by properly quoting other authors. Plagiarizing puts students at risk of failing. So go ahead and highlight one of those that you think is the most important reason to cite accurately. Okay, so part 2 is how to use in-text citations using MLA standards. And as we mentioned, it's a style of, it's in MLA style, you're referring to works of others, and your text is done using what's called parenthetical citations. This method involves providing relevant source information in parentheses whenever a sentence uses a quotation. Usually the simplest way to do this is to put all the source information in parentheses at the end of the sentence. For most of your literary essays, you will only be using one text or source for your quotations, a short story, a novel, or play. In this case, you will introduce the text and author in the introduction paragraph, so you will not need to include the author information in your citation. This is not a research essay. There would be different rules if it was a research essay. So here are a few of the basic rules for in-text citing. Okay, so over here I have the rule written out, and over here I have an example of it. So the first rule talks about less than 4 lines with no dialogue. And this quote has less than 4 lines, so it has no dialogue also. So what you want to do is right away you're going to put these quotation marks at the beginning and the end of the quote so the writer knows that you took this quote directly from a text. As I mentioned, we aren't going to put the author's name in here. You're just going to write the page number. Notice that there's no period at the end here. The period goes after the page number, and the page number is in parentheses. You do not need to write P or page. You just put the number. Now, if you have more than 4 lines, then the rules change. What you need to do is you indent the text 10 spaces, and note that if you have dialogue in this, you still leave the dialogue with double quotations, but you don't need to put the double quotations before and at the end. By indenting it 10 spaces, you're telling the reader that this is a direct quote. You still need the page number, but you don't need to put the punctuation on the outside of the parentheses. Okay, now if there is dialogue less than 4 lines, then it's sort of tricky. So notice here, you still have, we know this is a quote, So you still have the double quotes on the outside. But to tell the reader that this is also dialogue, you have a single quote on the inside. And the rules here, this is less than 4 lines, so you'd have a period on the outside of the page number here. Sometimes you have dialogue within a quote. For instance, here, you still have the double quotation marks at the beginning and the end because all of this is word for word from the text. But only this first part is actually the dialogue. So you have the double quotation here and a single to indicate dialogue. Here is the end of the dialogue, and here is the end of the quote. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and look at some quotes and try to make them look accurate for the MLA citing format. You will eventually be doing this with your own citations for your essay. So here's an example of an essay that's graphic organizer using Lenny as the example. And you'll see something similar on your next mastery check where you put your character name here and then you complete a topic sentence here and then you give a quote that supports the topic sentence. Now notice that this quote is 4 lines. This one, because it's short, but it's 4 lines of dialogue. So that means that I have to indent it. So watch how I indent it. So here we go. You're going to do this along with me. So you're going to highlight the whole thing. You come up to the ruler and you just pull it over 10 spaces, about 10 spaces. Okay, so now I've got that. I'm going to keep these regular quotation marks. I'm not going to do extra ones because this has 4 lines or more. And then I have at the end, I have the page number, but I don't need to put a period on the outside of it because it's indented. And I just keep everything the same as I would as I saw in the text. But I have to have the page number in parentheses. So you do that also just so you get the hang of it. Now, what if I only use 2 of those lines? So let's look at a different quote. This one has only 2 lines. So then I have to use it a little bit differently. And I want you to go ahead and do what I'm doing. So because this is 2 lines, I'm going to put the quotations on the outside of both at the beginning and the end. But then I'm going to add a single quotation there. And I don't want to double at the very end here because it's not the end of my whole quote. So I'll just do a single one here. And then here I'll have a single one. And then I will have a single and a double here. And this ends in a question mark, but I'm going to put my period at the end here. So I want you to also do that, and you can see that I've got the double at the ends, and then I have single quotes on the inside with a period on the outside of here. Okay, now that you've finished that, you're just going to respond to these reflection questions. What is the ATL skill focus for this lesson? And you can just come up here to the ATL skill focus and copy it and bring it down here. What is your current level of ability in this skill? And you're going to highlight 1 through 5, and then says when was a time you used this skill in the past, and or when might you use the skill in the future. Let your teacher know if you have any questions.